A very good morning to all our Sports Today family members. And yes, it's Boxing Day. It's the period after Christmas where there is going to be action packed cricket throughout the next 5 days. There is one Boxing Day test match that's happening at Melbourne. Although that has now been interrupted by rain, but the covers are going to come off now in the Pakistan versus Australia encounter. Over in Centurion, there is a rain threat also because today, in the first test between India and South Africa, that's going to happen at Centurion, there is a threat of rain. It is 60 to 70% chances of rain, and you could have a very stop start kind of day one and day two as well. The problem is the rain at this time at the high world, it's really, really big. And once it starts, it pours. That's why yesterday the press conference was held in the hotel. They couldn't go to the ground and practice. So that's why the practice session was called off yesterday because of heavy rain. And today there is rain forecast for the entire day. Day one and day two are the only days wherein rain is predicted. The remainder of the days, it's cloudy weather. So that's why you're going to be seeing this test match played mostly in wet and overcast conditions throughout. So, not a good news if you're looking forward to the Boxing Day test match. Remember, it's about 5 months later you're seeing test cricket being played by India. And that's why lot of hopes is placed on this particular series. And remember, it's the start of a 31-year quest for India. India have never won a test series in South Africa. If they do, it will put them in a very elite list. Only two nations have won a test series everywhere in the globe. India could very well join them. So, rain is forecast today in the first test between India and South Africa and Centurion. Day one and day two will mostly be rain impacted. That is the way it is being viewed at. And over in Pakistan, over in the Melbourne test match, Pakistan versus Australia. Australia made a good start, 114 for 2. Early tee was taken, and because of that, they were in a rather good position. Labuschagne and Steve Smith really doing well. But the highlight of the day, and this will indeed go viral for all the wrong reasons, Pakistan's fielding. I mean, there was in the third over of the day, Shaheen Afridi got an edge to David Warner. David Warner edged it to slip. Abdullah Shafiq, a regulation catch had to be taken. Simple, just right there. Even club cricketers could take it. But he shelled it. That was the most viral drop that you can ever think about. I mean, it is really a big thing about Pakistan. Why can't they take catches on a regular basis? Why is their fielding so poor? Is it because of the grounds that they are playing on there that doesn't encourage them to field well? Is it because of the fact that they just cannot field properly? I mean, they can't take catches. They really struggle to in the outfield as well. So that's why Pakistan, Abdullah Shafiq's drop is in the list of all the other horror drops that have come throughout Pakistan's history. I mean, this was such a simple catch. This is really a simple catch that had to be taken. And that is why it is a really big problem that Pakistan are having. So, Pakistan kind of have been given a respite by the rain here, 114 for 2. And this Melbourne test match is also going to be impacted by rain. So it gives them a great chance to ensure that they end their 15-game losing streak. Remember, Pakistan have lost 15 consecutive tests in Australia. They have never won there ever since 1995. And a test series, they have never even won it. So forget about them winning a test series there. So that's the current situation that we've got. So Pakistan, not a good situation for them in Melbourne. That dropped catch indeed will ensure that fine. It is a really big problem. Now, as far as the Centurion weather is concerned, as I mentioned, for people who are joining us now, there is a chance of rain, 60 to 70% chances of rain in Centurion. You might get a start, but then there might be rain later on. And there is a stop start kind of a day in Centurion on day one and day two. So that is why it is a really big problem. And remember, 60% chances of rain is there. But it could be that 60% of Pretoria gets it. Centurion is in that 40% where there is no rain. That is the way how we look at these weather predictions in that sense. So hope that the weather prediction is false. Let's just say that how it is going to be, we get a good amount of play today. And looking at the India playing 11, yesterday we had a big debate about it in the dugout. Who should be in the playing 11 for India? I think it's very simple. The batting order will be on these lines. Rohit Sharma, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, KL Rahul. There is no doubt about these six players. There is no doubt on the other two players that I'm mentioning also. Mohammad Siraj, Jasprit Bumrah, and you're going to have Shardul Thakur also. Okay, because Shardul Thakur in South African conditions will be really, really good. So, nine players are sorted. Who's your other two players? Ashwin Jadeja or Prasidh Mukesh? Now, that is the real big question. Remember, Prasidh Krishna is going to be a really big problem at this point in time because he picked up a 5 wicket haul, got a hat trick against South Africa. But Mukesh Kumar has been in fine form. What do you do then? So that will be a big, big debate. My gut instinct says that Mukesh Kumar might come in. So that is why let's see how that goes. Mukesh Kumar in, no Prasidh. Now, Ashwin Jadeja, what do you do? Ashwin has been part of two South Africa tours in the past, 17-18 and 21-22. Did well in 17-18, kind of did okay in 21-22. But Jadeja, can you ignore him? Batting wise, fielding wise, bowling wise, Ashwin is a better bowler than Jadeja. Batting wise, Jadeja is slightly better than Ashwin. Fielding wise, Jadeja is much better. What do you do? With only about a couple of left-handers in the South Africa team, are they going to play Ravichandran Ashwin? Maybe, maybe not. So, once feels that Jadeja will come in at 7, Shardul at 8, then you've got Mukesh, then you've got Mohammad Siraj, Jasprit Bumrah and Mukesh Kumar coming in. That's your playing 11 for the first test between India and South Africa. That's going to happen in Centurion in about 2 hours and 45 minutes period. And that's the way we're looking at it. Looking at other sports, Brazil, 5-time champions Brazil and its clubs could get suspended by FIFA if there is an election held in January. Now, that is a big, big development in the world of football. Brazil risks getting suspended by FIFA if they hold an election in January. So that is a major development. Imagine, you could also see that Brazil might even struggle in 2026 if the ban is not lifted. So, big news coming from the world of football that Brazil might actually be suspended. Its clubs, the national team could be suspended if there is an election held. So that is the big development that's happening at this point. So let's see how that goes as well. If you look at the world of other sports also, now fresh elections might happen in the WFI and Sanjay Singh and his panel may be ineligible to contest now because of what happened, because they were in violation of the sports code bill, because of the hasty announcements, they are not going to be eligible to vote. So that's why whether there'll be when the fresh elections will take place, we don't know. Who will be eligible to participate in the elections now, we don't know. So that is why it is going to be a big problem for the WFI. Now, remember, because of all this, the UWW suspension, the world body suspension is now prolonged. By February or by March, we don't know whether the suspension will be lifted now. Because this hasty announcement that happened has hurt WFI's progress in a big way. So elections are due, but when will the elections happen and who is eligible for it? We don't know about it. So I'll take a couple of questions. There is a change in precipitation chances. Please recheck the weather forecast, which is showing 60% after 5 as per local time. But again, Prakash Jha, you didn't get my entire point. There is a chance, I'm saying. Chance. It can happen, it may not happen. Simple. It may be cloudy, it may be a stop-start kind of a day. And imagine, maybe 5 o'clock local means 8:30. The final session could be impacted. Final half, 30 minutes or 1 hour, we don't know. It could get impacted. It may not be impacted. I'm just stating that. It is a chance. 60% chance of rain. Please understand. For the 40%, maybe Centurion comes on at 40%. We don't know. We really don't know whether 40% chance of no rain, Centurion comes in, we see a full day's play. We hope that it happens. So let's see how it goes. Okay, why aren't they playing Wasim Jr.? Sarat Chandra is saying. Well, I don't know why they never persist with Wasim Jr. I don't know why that is the situation, but maybe Shan Masood and his team management might have other ideas about playing Wasim Jr. in that sense. Would you play KS? Freaking awesome is saying. Would you play KL Rahul ahead of Shreyas Iyer or after number 5 or number 6? I think he can be your number 6. KL Rahul can fit in at number 6. I would play him at number 6. Shreyas is a number 5. Kohli will be at number 4. Shubman is at 3. And let's see how that goes. So, Yashasvi, Rohit, Shubman. That is the way I look at it. And Virat at 4. KL at 5. Shreyas at 6. Or I would say Shreyas at 5, KL at 6. Sorry, that's the way I look at it. So, if India wins the toss, what they should be doing? Traditionally, teams bat first. I think you should bat, irrespective of any kind of a situation. Chasing, but remember in 21 and 22, chasing became easier in Johannesburg and Cape Town. Centurion, not so much so. And looking at the traditional thing in Centurion, only once, if I can recollect, in these 22 years, only once has a team won while chasing. That was England. But we all remember how dodgy that test match was in Centurion. So that's why I would say bat first. In all the Sena countries, bat first so that you get an advantage. Early conditions, whether the first 1 hour, 2 hours, then bat on. But remember, South Africa, you are prone to cluster collapses, so we don't know how that will happen. Should Ashwin play irrespective of conditions? Ashish Ranjan is saying. That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. I don't know how the team management will go about it. Yesterday, Rohit Sharma stated that 75% of the decision has been made. 25% will be made once they are at the ground. So let's see how that happens. Ashwin, I see difficult for him to come. I think it will be Jadeja who will come in. But if Ashwin comes, great. Then your batting is anyway until number 8 anyways. Even if you take out a Jadeja, your batting is still number 8 because Shardul will be your number 8. So in that sense, that's the situation. But KK disagrees. He says that no, India should bowl because pitch is undercover for up to 2 days. But if you're batting last, KK, that's a big risk. Batting last when the situation is even worse in Centurion, that's a big bit of a risk. But then, okay, India might chase well. And remember, last time in 2017-18, India chased and India lost that game in Centurion. So that's why it's a kind of a catch-22. I think the conditions are you bat first. I would say, irrespective of conditions, bat first. It at least puts the opponent under a bit of a cloud. But remember, when India batted first, last time in Centurion in 2010, at that time they were bowled out for 136. Yeah, he just pointed out the 2010 situation. India got bowled out for 136. But batting became easier on that pitch in Centurion. In the past couple of trends, if you look at it, it's become difficult to bat on Centurion in the last 5-6 years. So that's why it is a big problem. And remember, last time in overcast conditions, KL Rahul hit a century. So that's the problem that we are having. So that is the situation we have got in Centurion at this point in time. We hope that the rain stays away and that we get a decent amount of action. Play will anyway start shortly in Melbourne, but Pakistan are already facing an uphill task. Let's see how Australia go about their work. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. Boxing Day tests are upon us. We'll be giving you all the latest updates at that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.